Ah, that boy Ja back, boy. Yes, sir. Let's clap it up for Ja. Obviously, his team needs him. We all know that. Man, I'm gonna put it like this: if he comes in, they win some games. It's gonna show something, bro. Obviously, hopefully, he learned his lesson, man. Glad to see the brother back on the court soon tonight, and man, it's a blessing, bro. So hopefully, you learned your lesson, and you just locked in, focused, ready to go. I know you've been training, so can't wait to see you on the court, bro.
It's been a process. Obviously, thankful for the support I had during this time. Obviously, it's not easy, not being out there on the floor and having to watch, but with everything else, being around the team, being able to practice, being able to travel, the guys just constantly, talking to me and vice versa. It's been good. So.
John, what would you say during this time are some of the main things that you've learned and kind of re-emphasized for yourself during this stretch?
I pretty much just been, focusing on me, honestly, outside of, the basketball stuff. Um, but, basketball wise, just, becoming more of a leader, with my talk. Obviously, it's different when, you out there on the floor and you not. So it's not too much I can say. Obviously, I'm not, out there in the fire with them. But, as much, coaching or things I see, I just tell them.
Adam Silver mentioned that he was going to have what he called a check-in with you. What was that conversation like? What's kind of what was his main message to you?
It was good. He was just, checking on me, see how I was doing, how the process was going. Pretty much that.
He seems locked in. He seems locked in, ready to go. I don't see anything, he's dead serious face on. I think he's locked in, ready
The
to go.
ouster by the Lakers, you talked about needing to make better decisions off the court. Uh, in the last few months since mid-June, how are there specific things you've done to help yourself maybe try to grow in any particular areas?
Just protecting my peace.
Hey, John, I know you're a superstar and all like that, but when you first came back, how soon can people expect you to be back to mid-season form? I know you shouldn't expect the first game because it's going to take you time to get up. So how long should it take you to get to where you should think you should be?
Uh, Hopefully, it do be the first game, but obviously,
I ain't
it's
gonna lie.
different when you're actually in the game,
I feel like he gonna come out and go crazy.
getting game reps. So I'm just trying to come back, do whatever I can to help the team win. I'm not forcing, a historic game, my first game back. I'm just super excited to be, back out there with the team.
John, basketball's been your life. How hard has this
That's
process
gotta be
been?
tough. You asking him how hard? I mean, come on, bro. Ja, I think he realizes like, man, I fucked up. This is hard. This is hard for us to watch. It's hard. It's hard to see your team is pretty much not won a game.
Of the last few
You
months,
know,
it's all you
knowing
really
that he
gotten to
could be
know.
the difference maker.
How hard has this been to be away and kind of being excited now that you're a few days away from getting back to what you've always done?
It was definitely tough. Some horrible days, it was tough. But like I said, to start this, with the support, that I had, throughout this process, it definitely helped me a lot. Um,
He's
it's
going
pretty
through it.
much, all I could lean on, at that time. Obviously, basketball is, like you said, something I've been doing, pretty much my whole life. Something that's, therapeutic, for me. Obviously, taking that away, it makes it tougher. But like I said, I
You
had,
had to learn your lesson, and this is a lesson for y'all that was watching. Anything can be taken away, man. Anything. Don't take it for granted, bro.
the right people around me, from my family to the organization, and to my other partners that helped me along this process.
John, do you have a message to the fans who are eager to see you back out on the court? And what have you learned from this process, just personally and professionally?
I feel like my only message is, I'm just as excited to, see them, when that time comes. Yeah.
Ja, right here.
Back in kind of that September timeframe, your team put out some videos, accountability on shirts, rebirth, gratitude. Why were some of those themes that you felt like were important to you and important to put out?
It's pretty much just
Important to
something,
everybody.
we had to sit down and talk, amongst each other. Just, a word that, each one of us, came up with that, we felt like could help me get through, to send a message. And, they decided to surprise me with, T-shirts of the words that, we pretty much agreed on. So that's all that was pretty much behind it.
The first incident in March, you took time away to work on yourself, and then despite that, what happened in May that led to the suspension still happened. Why should people believe that the changes you made this time are long-lasting and sustainable?
I can't, make nobody believe me outside of my actions. So me answering this question with just words probably won't mean nothing to nobody.
There you go. Hey, good response right there. That's right.
John, two questions. One, just following up. What does protecting my peace mean? What does that look like? What is exactly? What does that mean?
Just doing whatever, I feel like that, keeps me happy, keep me in a good mood. Right now, honestly, I feel like the number one thing outside of, being around my family, and, having, more time to, spend with my daughter is, being around the team. I feel like that's, when I normally have my best days, I'm normally in my best mood. So, coming days, hopefully, I'll be, even happier when, it's a consistent thing.
That's right.
There's a lot of people, whether it's written or spoken, who have told you or told the world like what you've done wrong. I'm curious, what mistakes do you think you've made throughout all this last year or so, if any? Like when you've reflected, what do you think you've done wrong, if anything, or do you not think?
You looking at him like you bitch
I made
ass
a
nigga.
lot of mistakes, not some that's even been public, even with my family. It's a lot.
Hey, John, talk about how this process has been, man. A lot of self-reflection.
It's a lot of. Look, y'all asking the same shit. Obviously he's locked in and he don't want to say too much. He's in a different mind space, and you guys got to respect that. Real, respect it. What's going on right here?
Reflection, counseling, talking to people, spending time with yourself. Just talk about how it's been over the last couple of months.
Basically piggybacking off, the things I said earlier, it's been tough. A lot of learning, a lot of teaching. It's been, a process. Obviously I wouldn't say, I regret it, but I'm, not happy that it happened. But I'm also, grateful that, I had this opportunity to, like you said, reflect and do things.
Everybody
that,
needs
I
that,
feel like,
bro. Everybody needs to take a step back and relax and reflect. Think about the positive. Congratulate yourself. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, recognize you're still on a mission. Don't get distracted. You know what I mean? Just go for it. Lock in. For sure. What's going on with the audio?
family, as well, for us to, realize pretty much, what's all at stake, ways, we can, keep each other happy, and, how we just, have each other's back. I feel like we obviously been close before, but we came together, even more, during this process.
My father founded St. Jude Children's Research Hospital because he believed no child should die in the dawn of life. In 1984, a patient named Stacy arrived, and it began her family.
Has it been, as the losses have piled up, has that part of it been painful, and is there a part that makes you feel like you're somehow responsible, or at least in part responsible for that?
Yes, it's definitely, some guilt in that. Obviously, I'm not on the floor, and obviously nobody likes losing. So, our job is to, go out there and get a win. I take full responsibility of that. Obviously, even though I'm not on the floor, decisions I made.
True leader.
didn't
True
allow me to
leader.
be out there,
True leader. Talk to him, Ja. That's some true leadership right
How
there.
have you watched the first 23 games? How have you watched the first 23 games so far? And what is your evaluation of the team as you have been watching them on television?
It's pretty much has been film study for me. Obviously, I've been with, majority of the players for a while now. Obviously, we got some, new pieces. So, me being, the point guard, that's, guys I have to, learn and, find out, where they want to be on the floor. As far as, where we stand, I'm not, worried at all. Obviously, we have guys out, but I feel like we've been preaching over the years, that next man up mentality. I say, I don't think it'll be long before we find it. I feel like we're taking strides, in the right direction as of now.
Yeah, it's gonna be, give it time. Grizzlies could go on a streak. We know how Ja get, and you don't know his intentions. Ja might be trying to come in there for the kill, like nigga. Don't you know what I'm saying? Ja can make that type of difference.
I feel like the only way for us is to go up. So.
With that being said, John, what do you think? What's your level of optimism as far as like getting to the play-ins, playoff, et cetera? And what do you think about the play of Jaren Jackson Jr. and Desmond Bain since you've been away?
I mean, playoffs and play-in is, a while from now. So, like I said, before, I take it day by day. I feel like, each day we can get better at something, whether, even if it's an off day, we're taking care of your body or watching film, coming to practice the next day, a shoot around or a game. Just having our focus, on the now. And as far as, those guys in their level of play, I obviously feel like, those guys playing at a all-star level, all NBA level. And when I come back, hopefully, it stays the same and, it makes their job, even easier.
That's right.
John, how is it for you to have Derrick Rose and Marcus Smart on the team?
It's great, honestly. Two veteran guys who are very vocal in our locker room, who has been a big help, from, guys has been here for years until, guys that's, just coming in. I feel like, those pieces for us.
That's
not
crazy
only
to
on
me
the
to
court,
think
but
that
off the
D-Rose
court,
still on
will
that team.
help us, get better, all around and, excel and play at a high level.
John, you talked about the support you received from your family, from the organization. What about around the league from fellow players? Have they given you their support, and also have they given you advice as well?
No, I didn't talk to none of them.
No other players?
On me. Nigga, I ain't talking to none of them niggas. Fuck you talking about? I don't want to talk to them niggas.
What about around the league from fellow players? Have they given you their support, and also have they given you advice as well?
No, I didn't talk to none of them.
No other players?
Nah.
And that was kind of where I was going. Like, is that, anybody you looking for as far as mentorship? Because I'll be honest, people reaching out to me and, like, can you get me in touch with John? I'm like, I don't know John. I don't talk to him like that. So I can only imagine people that's been talking to you. Is there anybody that you respect enough that you have been talking to as sort of like a mentor?
I feel like I have everybody around me now that, help me get to where I want to be. No knock to anybody, who's want to reach out or they haven't been reaching out to me. So, no knock to them, but I feel like, my family, the organization, my veterans now on this team is, all I need right now.
Well, you talked about the
That's
learning
how it feels.
that you did. Who were you learning from specifically, or what? Were there other resources like books or classes aside from, people that you were learning from?
What a dumbass
Therapy,
question.
Learning from,
books.
Me, obviously, I feel like I learned some stuff about myself that, I didn't during that, process. Very eye-opening. Kind of gave me a new look on life with, how I go about my days, how, I carry myself, just being grateful and thankful, that I'm, still here and in the position that I'm in.
John, right here. A couple of quick ones, but when this suspension first hit, it was a couple of months away where you're going to make your return. As you sit here now, just days away, how antsy are you that it's finally here?
I wish the game was just earlier, and it's me talking to y'all afterwards, honestly. But I can say it's been, a while, but it kind of, went by fast. I feel like I said earlier, what helped me is, being around the guys, as much as I could be. what kind of, helped me through this and help this, suspension go by fast. I've been counting down the days, myself. I wake up every day and be like, yeah, you one day closer, so.
And with everything that you've gone
It's
through,
crazy to me, bro. They need to just let Ja back on the court now, bro. Isn't it up? Don't they play today?
You know is weighing on you as you start to play again. Are you going? Do you have to play? Do you think there's a fine line, not on the court, because you're not going to change the way you play, but with everybody, so many eyes on you now again, do you feel like there's a sense of pressure off the court that, man, I just got to walk that line and just be this NBA basketball player and a father and with your family? Is there a difference this time than maybe any other time you rolled out and played in terms of the pressure to do right as you move forward?
I feel like that's a good question. I honestly feel like, I can't go away from being Ja. I feel like that's the most important thing, not trying to lose myself or, be somebody that I'm not or, act totally different. But the change will be, my decision making and, how I go about my daily life of being, a NBA player, a father, a role model, a brother, a son, and just, focusing in on that, being, the best Ja I can be.
You mentioned learning things about yourself. Do you understand now why the things that happened last year or whatever happened? I mean, do you have a better understanding of it?
Dumbass question.
What you've been through? What's that experience been like figuring that out?
Yes, but I feel like it's still a process. I obviously feel like, I'm not done yet at learning myself or, learning new things, but I definitely, see why.
Of course you gotta see why.
Happen.
How can you not?
But like I said earlier, I can't say I sit up here and regret it because in the end, I feel like it made me better.
Ja, obviously, the growth you made as a human, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the growth you made as a human obviously takes priority, but do you think what you've learned about yourself over the last year or so can help you level up on the court even more?
Oh, for sure.
I'm just going on the court to be Ja, man. Honestly, just,
I do.
Every time.
I think when you go something like this, bro, for sure, bro. I don't care what nobody says, of course. He learning, bro. It's not like he was in lockdown like he couldn't touch a basketball. Come on, man. He out there training.
Floor just
Stop
going out there and giving my all.
Stop it.
And focus on getting the win.
Ja, have you paid attention to any of the polls or stories or just media talk about guys who they said have passed you since you've been going away, guys who got better than you? I personally got a little ticked off about it because I know you still him, but what are your personal thoughts on the perception you've had where they say, well, this guy's better than Ja now or this guy's better than Ja?
Who they said was better than me?
Halliburton, bro. Who else?
Oh, shit.
The New York Knicks, man.
Hold on. He calling niggas out. Hold on.
And focus on getting the win.
Hold on now. And from a nigga too.
Ja, have you paid attention to any of
Hear it in his
polls
voice.
or stories or just media talk about guys who they said have passed you since you've been going away, guys who got better than you? I personally got a little ticked off about it because I know you still him, but what are your personal
Nigga
thoughts
said, I know
on,
you still him.
the perception you've had where they say, well, this guy's better than Ja now or this guy's better than Ja?
Who they said was better than me?
Halliburton, bro. Who else? What's the dude who played for the New York Knicks, man? Brunson, all these dudes, they saying they're better than 12, so.
Hats off to them, for, leading their teams and, playing great. Obviously, this league has, a lot of talented players. I have no say on, who's better
It's a
than
good
me
response,
and who's not.
Ja.
Obviously, that's everybody else's opinion, so, yeah. I don't get mad about that stuff, man. I don't get mad about that stuff, man.
Ja trying. He thinking his hair right now. Oh, you think these niggas better than me? Yeah, all right. Look at his facial structure. That nigga tripping.
Yeah, it's a share size now. Not share size. Not a little small chip no more. It's a share size.
All right, man. Ja's return coming soon, man. Hit that subscribe button. We gone.